Am I putting more or less load on my right hip right now? What do you think? It may surprise you, but I'm actually reducing a load on my right hip joint when leaning to the side. The reason is what's called the joint reaction forces. Scientists showed us that when standing on one leg, we put up to 3.3 times your body weight on the joint. And imagine these are our legs. These two cylinders are the legs. And then we have our pelvis, this region. So 2 thighs, 2 femurs, 2 legs, and then the pelvis. So pelvis is basically something like this. And therefore, you have this weight of the body that pushes through the pelvis, through the hip joints into the legs. When we stand on 2 legs, the 2 columns distribute weight pretty nicely, and it's not a problem. This is not a challenge, right? This is fairly, I could probably find even in this situation, a balancing point. But what happens when we step forward, when we put weight only on one leg? Basically what happens is that we need to remove one point of contact here. That leg is stepping forward. Now look, I'll take this out of the way. Look that in order for the center of mass not to collapse, that is my pressure now to hold it, to prevent this from dropping like that, dropping like that, is what creates compression forces. You could see even that cylinder started to buckle because I was applying force on it. So my hand pressing, splinting now, so the stool can remain fairly level, is what creates compression, additional to the weight of the stool. In our body, we have muscles on the side of the hip that do the same thing that I did with my hand. There is a gluteus medius muscle and gluteus minimus as a hip abductors, and they are connecting the pelvis with the greater trochanter, with the side of your femur, and basically they do what I was doing when demonstrating. So basically this requires not only my body weight, but my body weight plus this force from these powerful muscles to hold my pelvis from doing that, from dipping. Because otherwise, my pelvis, like a seesaw, would dip when it's not supported. But somehow it's not dipping. And the reason why is these muscles, but at a cost of compressive forces in the joint. And that is why when we lean toward the hip joint, we're actually unloading, because what we're doing is we're bringing center of mass more over the leg, reducing the seesaw. If you'd like to learn tips and practical tools for dealing with painful hips, please join me for the series of 5 sessions starting this Monday, February 14 at 12:30 p.m. We will meet on Zoom for 90-minute sessions. Each of the sessions will include a full Feldenkrais awareness to movement lesson, an important theory behind each of the movements, tips and tools for self-healing, for improving, do's and don'ts. There'll be time for questions and answers, and importantly, I'll leave you with short homework, 10-minute simple practices to be done in between sessions, during the week in between sessions. Don't worry if you cannot attend. All the sessions will be available for replay at any time at your convenience. To sign up, please click the link below, and I hope to see you there.